Hi guys, my name is Caroline and today I will be sharing a little bit about a special bottle of wine that my boyfriend's dad recently brought back from Italy for us. This is Rocca della Macchie Chianti Classico Reserva 2020. I found this wine was absolutely fabulous, and last night for our 6-month anniversary we enjoyed it with some penne alla vodka. Before we get into the tasting, I'll provide a little bit of background. So this wine comes from the Zingarelli family estate in Tuscany, which is right in the heart of Chianti. This region and this estate has a really long tradition of making really exceptional wines, and this particular bottle is made from Sangiovese grapes, really sort of the star grape variety of Tuscany. So one of the first things I notice about this wine once it's poured is this absolutely exceptional deep ruby red color. I think this is absolutely gorgeous. It's got this sort of jewel-like clarity to it, which is always a sign of a good, well-crafted wine. Alright, so now we are going to give it a swirl and take a sniff. So right away I'm getting some really inviting aromas, cherries, perhaps blackberry, definitely a touch of violet. There's also this really subtle hint of spice, maybe some black pepper, sort of a leathery smell, and that is telling me that this is going to be sort of an interesting flavor. This is actually really delicious. I am someone who for the most part does not enjoy red wine. However, this, I feel like there's an interesting openness to it, and I don't find it too bitter or too sweet, which I think is characteristic of Chiantis. That is really the only type of red wine that I enjoy. The first thing that hits me is sort of the rich dark fruit flavor, black cherry, plum, and then there's this nice earthy quality that sort of follows. The tannins are firm and it's smooth, giving it a really good structure, and the acidity is pretty balanced, which keeps everything tasting fresh and I feel like gives some life to the wine. I can tell this wine has spent some quality time aging in oak, not only because it's 2020, but because there's sort of a nice toasty finish. As far as pairing goes, last night we enjoyed our Chianti just with some salami and with some Gouda as well as some goat cheese. But as with pretty much any red wine, there's a lot of options, generally red meats or a hearty pasta with a rich tomato-based sauce. But I really enjoyed it with just some cheese and a little charcuterie board, some prosciutto, some salami, all delightful. One of my favorite parts of this wine is the story. Not only because it is special to me as this memory, but also because I have never had a wine straight from Italy, and I do think it tastes very different, and it has just sort of a special tradition that we don't have here in the US and that you wouldn't taste in a wine from, say, California or Michigan. I think this is something really spectacular, and this is not even necessarily an expensive or really great quality wine. My boyfriend's dad bought this for about $7 over in Italy, so really nothing fancy, nothing special, but it is probably the best red wine I have ever had. I also thought it was interesting, this specific Zingarelli family has been making wines for 50 years, so there's a really special tradition, I think, that comes with such a long heritage of winemaking, especially in such an old region. So there you have it. This is the Rocca della Macchie Chianti Classico Reserva 2020. It is a wine that is really complex, rich, and full of character, just like the region that it comes from. And if you're looking to try something new and have a little treat, this is definitely the wine you're looking for. Salud!